Good morning, everyone. My name is Ned Finn, and this is Civilization Beyond Earth. So, first we covered Starbound, which got into a lot of the exploration angle that was, I think, directly promised by No Man's Sky. Then we did FTL, which sort of takes all the technobabble from science fiction space battles and puts it into a game where saying something like, divert power from the weapons to the main thrusters actually means something. And now I'm going to be looking at Civilization Beyond Earth, which focuses on a more large-scale planetary colonization angle. One moment. I was refilling my drink. Fun fact, since I do so much talking for these videos, whenever I sit down to record, I always make sure to have a massive thing of water next to me, so if ever you hear ice sloshing around in the background of the video, that means that that's a little piece of my audio that I didn't quite catch and I forgot to edit out. A little behind the scenes info for you. But yeah, we're going to be doing Beyond Earth. This is a game that I haven't spent that much time with, but I guess that'll give us an opportunity for you to more or less experience it alongside of me. So let's set up a new game, yeah. What's all this bollocks? Civ selection, I would imagine. Patron Cooperative has a production bonus. I like that. I like science, but I like city growth more. Let's go for the food one. Atomic scanner. Energy. Don't quite remember what energy is. I think that might be gold, or the gold equivalent, but revealing all the coasts on the map would be nice, because that'll basically just outline all the continents. So let's do that. Hydroponics. Starting tech would be nice. Having extra population in the first city, that seems like a good idea. Choose a planet, Terran world. Yeah, let's continental map, I suppose. Let's launch. Let's go into space. As a poor corrupt personality sphere said once upon a time, space, gotta go space. And fortunately, we live in such opulent times that the means by which we can get to space are numerous indeed. There's a red thing on my screen. Don't know. Oh wait, I remember this. This is the landing site. Plains Hill River seems, yeah. I like landing on rivers. Although this has, I don't know, I like the production bonus a little bit more. Hey! And that's actually kind of clever. It has FRXS for Firaxis on the side of the little colony ship. That's cool. Guys, as much as the fully expanded Civ 5 experience is probably ultimately superior to Beyond Earth, certainly in its base game form, I'm not going to say that this isn't still a good game, because it's Civ, you know. And before we go any further, I'd like to give an official. Ooh, I hit my computer by accident, just with my finger, so it's fine. I'd like to give an official shout out to the person who gave me this game, because I actually received this as a gift. So you know who you are, the Lord of Horses. That's all I'm gonna say. But thank you for this. Oh, I don't know. It's too late to be making high-level decisions. Clinic. I don't know what health is. What does that mean? Happiness. Okay. That's basically happiness. See, it's a lot easier to figure things out once you know what they equate to in base game Civ 5. Let's see here. Choose production for Tiangong. No, that's a silly name for a city. Why can't I edit the name? There we go. Sorry, I didn't see that there. Ooh, illegal characters. Well, we won't include anything like that. Steve. So this gives us science and happiness. Or health. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Get a culture building. Let's go for the clinic. Seems good. Actually, no. Let's focus on production. Let's do a worker. Oh goodness. Oh, what is all of this? Can I not zoom out? Why can't I zoom out? Okay, we have a tech web now, apparently. Alright. What's physics do? Gives us a ranger. Ooh, we can get Aragorn. Observatory, launch complex. Yeah. Physics seems nice. Never much liked the class, but maybe the technology will be useful to us. Explore! Ooh, there are aliens. Let's see if they bite our heads off. Nope, so far so good. If I remember correctly, the aliens are pretty, Ooh, what's that? Resource pods. Cool. If I remember correctly, the aliens are pretty chillaxed, actually. They don't really fuck with you that much unless you go after them. So that's good. Next turn. Oh, but they're standing on the resource pod, the bastards. Let's hope they leave. Is that basalt? Fun fact, a lot of the streets in the city of Rome are paved with basalt. That has nothing to do with the price of beans, but it's interesting. Probably not weird space basalt, though. Free solar collector is now ready for launch in the city of Steve. Cool. Ooh. It's actually very cool. I was thinking it was just gonna like reveal some of the map or something. I take it that those resource pods are basically they're basically ruins. But launch orbital unit mode. Oh, I don't know what that means at all. Let's do it there. I don't know what this does. I would assume... Where are my yield icons at? So I would assume that it's just, Can we move this, perchance? No, goodness no. I assume it's adding this energy to all these tiles, because I don't think all that was there before. I hope we can move that. I'd like to think that we can move that. No, we cannot move that. Oh well. Oh, okay, so it'll come back down in a couple turns. Alright, I mean we could expand our territory feasibly. But anyway. Let's keep exploring. No reason not to. Quest update. Why are there quests, and why are they, much less why are they being updated? I don't know. Ooh, more resource pod. We could have gotten that if we hadn't run headlong past it. Raises the question as to who's leaving these things behind, but I ain't about to complain. You found a portable reactor and fuel source inside the resource pod. You're able to activate it despite some damage from landing, providing 70 energy. That's a really, really fun sci-fi way of saying you found some gold in the ancient ruins. I'm sorry, but it's just... I don't mean to take the piss too much, but it's way too easy to see this thing as a very, very high-quality total conversion mod of Civilization V. Because there are just too many equivalencies, you know? I do like the fact that Firaxite is a resource, though. That's kind of cool. You know? Nice little self-aggrandizing kind of way. I should perish. No, I didn't discover that. That was not there a second ago. Firebase 1 provides 2 energy and 2 science to any city that establishes a trade route, so it's basically a city-state. Again, very easy to see these things for their standard Civ 5 equivalencies, just saying. I thought we just... No, I guess we just built the worker, not the clinic. Durr. Let's... Oh, I do like the fact that you can do industrial, and... I do like the fact that you can do all this development stuff, like the passive ongoing resource collection right from the off, rather than having to get tech for it. That's kind of neat. I'm going to go for an old Earth relic. Yeah. Let's build a farm. Ye old moon farm. Resource pod. Quest complete. All the pieces of the instrument are accounted for. There was an instrument that was in pieces? Okay. Yeah, they added quests to Beyond Earth, which is kind of weird. Virtues, which are basically social policies. Tactics. Food. Food retention is always nice. But I do like the sound of 10% production towards buildings. Ish. I like my infrastructure. Let's try to find more of these resource pods. They're useful in completing quests, apparently. Hey, hey! Well, maybe they're not quite like ruins, because ruins aren't usually this grossly abundant. Portable reactor and a fuel source inside the resource pod. Activated despite some damage. Oh, this sounds oddly familiar. Did we just finish the thing? I guess we did. Cool. Let's get a soldier, because I don't want to... As much as these aliens are just kind of like not doing much, I don't want to be attacked. You know? I don't want to be caught unawares. It's the last thing we want. Construct a generator. Oh, that's a mine. Let's build another space farm. Ooh, a derelict settlement. Who settled here before? Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. Now there's a miasma over this, which I think does like continuous damage to the unit that's in it, but let's see if we can just tank it out, shall we?
Consider a simple problem, such as navigation in a spaceship approaching light speed.
That would seem like a problem. I don't know if I'd necessarily classify it as simple, though. Let's grab this resource pod. Man, another one of these collector things? Jeez. Cool. So we just got physics. Let's do chemistry. Let's just go super hard on the science techs. Because Civ 5 is nothing if not a science game at the end of the day. You will almost never be hurting yourself by focusing on science in that game. Which is something I'm hoping to see them get away from in Civ 6. Ability to kind of specialize a bit more. Wonders. Central planning. That seems good. Quest decision. Ooh, look. Plot, kind of. Our relic has provoked an ideological split among our citizens. Some believe the old Earth relic is instrumental as a source of solace for the grief people feel over their lost world. Yeah, because Earth was destroyed, just BT dubs. They want it left in reverent peace as a shrine. Others think it represents a valuable repository of traditional wisdom and must be studied and displayed publicly if humanity is to embrace their new home. Yeah, open it up to the public. Yeah. Let's get more culture out of these things. Books will be made, public resources accessible like any library, blah blah, cool. Bottom line is we get +1 purple thing. Woo. Yeah. Let's see if he can survive while he's doing this expedition thing, which is a new thing that the scout units can do, the explorers can do. Yeah, let's just keep building farms, yeah. Which would no doubt eventually backfire and deal with overpopulation. Look, other people. Oh, they got to settle next to the sea.
El pueblo unido de Sudamérica le da la bienvenida.
It's people from Super Brazil. The United People of South America bid you welcome. But are they speaking Portuguese or Spanish? I would assume it's Portuguese. Since he is from Brazil. I don't know, maybe it's like weird futuristic space Portuguese. What the? Oh, that definitely that definitely looks like a super friendly thing that I would definitely want to like be friends with and closely interact with and stuff. Yep. Are the the soldiers are astronauts with guns. They're astronauts with machine guns. Oh, that's beautiful. Never mind. Forget what I said earlier. Civilization Beyond Earth, 10 out of 10, perfect game. Oh my gosh. I mean, it makes sense, granted, but... Oh my gosh. They're astronauts with machine guns. They've got... Oh, that's wonderful. That made my day. I don't think that we can get better than this, quite frankly. I don't think that we can top this moment. That's beautiful. Astronauts with machine guns, move out! That's beautiful. Beautiful. Expedition thoroughly investigated the derelict settlement. Is he dead yet? Psycho-historical analysis. Their struggles. Cool. Bonus culture. Plus temporary 30 purple things. Right on. Develop another social policy. Sorry. Virtue. Foresight. Yeah. Actually seems quite useful, because we are healthy right now. Difficulty level, yeah, no, that's definitely what happiness is. And you know, quite frankly, there are far worse games that you could effectively just be a total conversion mod of, you know? I mean, saying that Beyond Earth is basically just more stuff that our dude can interact with. I'll send our little, not scout, what is he, explorer? Yeah, I'll send our little explorer over there, but he actually needs to check back into the capital, or into a city, I guess, to get another expedition module, which is a new thing for the scout type unit. But yeah, I mean, to say that that Beyond Earth is basically just feels like a total conversion mod of Civ 5, that's not a bad thing by a long shot. It just speaks to the fact that the game is not like, it's not going to bring a ton new to the table except for some new aesthetics. But you know what, it has more to it than Civ 5 did at launch. Like, it has, I think it has trade networks in it, which is something that Civ 5 did not have at launch, which is ridiculous to think of in hindsight. But, anyway. Let's fortify him until healed up. Right there. He's not in the way of any other units that try to get built. Ooh. He's from Space Portugal. Space Brazil. Whatever. Oh yeah. Hey guys. Send them over there. Ooh. Algae. See, why does Space Brazil get to start on the sea? I mean, rivers are nice, don't get me wrong, but the sea, it's so oceanic. Ranger. Okay, so that's the Archer unit, basically, a launch complex. Orbital coverage around the city. I don't know what orbital coverage means. I would assume that's line of sight. Well, apparently this series of red upward arrows desperately wants me to get a Ranger, so... yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can't argue with that many upward-facing red arrows. It's just rude. What is this? So this is a resource. This isn't like a little alien hive or anything. This is a source of resin, which is different, presumably, from resin, for reasons. Several new ventures. Science and production. I like science and production. So let's do the Jinsoku Labs. Yuh. Discovered them. Cool. Oh, look. There they are. Standing right in the middle of my fucking way. Ooh, more Firaxis people. Central.
How may the corporation serve you?
Ooh. This is I was about to say CZO. CEO Suzanne Fielding of the ARC. I don't remember what ARC stands for, but it sounds super capitalist. How might the corporation serve you? Yeah. Presumably this is what happened when finally Apple or Disney bought the other, and they owned the world at that point, or at least a better part of North America. Goodbye. Because Apple is in all of our pockets and Disney is in all of our memories. They own our childhoods. I guess we'll wade through the miasma. Yeah, let's start... Yeah, let's go over here. Let's do that thing. Ooh, the city of Steve has grown again. Oh, Steve's growing quickly. Ooh. There's a bump in the frame right there. Don't know what that was about. Ooh.
Come, Mr. Hubbard. The Commonwealth welcomes you.
Oh, thank you, dynamically dressed man. Goodbye.
A 4 billion-year-old world's worth of resources, shared among a handful of people. We're gonna make a fortune here.
I don't know how I feel about that statement. Unless you're referring to, like, the relatively small human population that's on, like... But we don't know if this planet that we're on is 4 billion years old. I don't know. I want more context of this statement, because it sounds, for all the world, like you're referring to Earth. I don't know. I'm too tired to be reading into stuff like that. Genetics. Ooh, we can get food from marshes. Nice. I don't know if I have any marshes nearby, but that's bound to come in handy at some point, right? What's a marsh look like, huh? Because apparently these big conical things are forests. So, not marshes. Ooh, I guess that's what these are. Ooh, but they're full of, you know, natural planetary farts, so I don't know how I'm supposed to make use of that. Oh, Brazil's angling to get in on my my expedition action. Can't have that. I guess once we're done with this farm, we can do a trade route to the Jinsoku Labs, because I like the sound of that extra science and production, and they're fairly nearby. Haha, cutting you off. That's weird. Whatever, Brazil. You do you, I guess. Gallery. Can a free worker? Ooh. 30% speed towards outpost growth. I don't know if I remember what that means. Outpost growth. Oh no, wait, I remember. It was because when you do when you do the settler unit, you don't get to found a new city right away. It's like you do a settlement or an outpost, and then that grows into a city after a certain like an arbitrary amount of time where resources passes or something. I remember now from like the 3 hours I put into this game like 6 months ago. So these are our rangers, I guess. Which, the fact that there are no barbarians and I mean, like I said, the aliens are pretty chill. I don't know how useful these guys will be, but we'll find out. Ooh, a recycler. Puts out to production. Eternal city or station trade. I like production, so let's do that. I will say, I wish there were, like, alien factions to interact with. Because, like, you have these different, like, you have different species of aliens running around the place. But they're not, like a real, like, intelligent presence on the planet that's only fulfilled by the other humans that land as well. I think it would have been cool if you actually had to deal with aliens, like alien cultures, rather than just, you know, wandering bug things that don't even... It's not like they're particularly eager to harass you or anything. I mean, you've seen me. I've just been playing Live and Let Live with these guys, and they haven't really... In spite of their insect-like appearance, they haven't really been bugging me. Well, and... It was the pun. They were offended by the pun, I think. Shit. Yeah. I hit my rangers hard. We're gonna run away now. While our other astronauts with guns come in here. Can we fortify and heal? Are they in pursuit, or are they just like... Was that just a little love tap to tell us that that's where their clubhouse is and they don't want intruders? I just have a really bad feeling that this thing could play real hell with any roads we try to build. You guys, wolf beetles? You guys still feeling aggressive here? Maybe? No? No, that was just a little...
You go to war with the soldiers you have. Make sure those are the soldiers you want.
True fact. Efficient spending in the military. That's what I'm in favor of. Although I think that might have been about, like, genetic manipulation, which I'm also in favor of. Let's do a Pharmalab. No, let's do a Cyto Nursery, because that also gives us health. And we get extra science, I think, from... Yeah. 0.8 science from excess health. That seems good. Engineering seems like it would be good. Let's do that. Crashed satellite of some kind. Relatively intact after falling from orbit. Okay. Cool. Oh, hey, we got the Cyto Nursery. Hammer it out real quick. Let's go for a laboratory. More expeditions for us, except there's not, because we gotta go back to the city. Gah. Such a hassle, am I right? Ah. Station discovered. Golden Bell Temple. Temple to what? Pray tell. Here it is. Ooh. It's a temple to space Jesus. Back through there. Just traipsing through the miasma. Just tanking that I would have thought that the purpose of the helmets and such would be to protect you from, like, environmental hazards like that. Ooh, we found petroleum. I guess that's not surprising given the fact that we're like a spacefaring civilization. We should be able to probably identify, you know, crude oil on the surface of a planet. Xenomass. Well, that sounds very promising. God knows what that is. But I don't know. Actually, if God does know what that is, maybe I should be asking people at the Golden Bell Temple. Let's hunker down. What did you say? I don't know. Alright, just go over there. Fuck it. These guys are finally up and ready. Let's just... I guess we'll fortify you at the city? Just in case we get attacked by something or someone. Let's go for the Pharma Lab. I meant to go for the other, that other virtue thing. Oh well. Won't really matter because we're gonna have another one in like a few turns here.
Instruct the children not to dream of toys or sweets. Instruct them to dream of infrastructure.
Because they will be raised playing civilization games and they'll know that a strong infrastructure is crucial to winning it just about any game. Alright, ooh, the Institute. Fallout 4 crossover, maybe? Probably not. Especially because this game came out way before Fallout 4 did. So if anything, Bethesda was nicking...
What's ours is yours. For a price.
Uh-huh. Cooperation agreement. It's not a, declaration of friendship, because that just sounds barbaric. Too mundane. You're from Polystralia? What the hell happened to regular Australia? What did you bastards do to it? That being said, yes, let us work together. Because hopefully, in whatever catastrophe befell normal Australia, they were able to eliminate that most deadly of Australian creatures,
What's ours
the koala.
yours. For a price.
Open borders, sure. I have no reason to distrust you because I literally have no idea what your personality is. I can just tell you're trustworthy because you appear to be a snappy dresser. Now this floatstone stuff, this looks like it's right out of Endless Legend, which is another game that I need to do on here at some point. Because that's a 4X game, turn-based, hex-based, that genuinely feels like it's bringing something radically different to the table. It doesn't feel like a fantasy reskin of Civ 5 or anything like that whatsoever. But that doesn't quite fit the space theme right now. Although actually the Volter storyline kind of does, weirdly, but that's beside the point. It's utterly beside the point. What did we find? Satellite. Okay, we got a production bonus. Cool. Nifty spiffy. Thorium reactor. Ooh, yeah. Yes, seems good. So if energy is Yeah. If energy is gold, does that mean like people are like passing around little battery packs and stuff as currency? I'm a little vague on how exactly that works. Oh well. Quest decision. Let's see. When we came to this planet, we brought a number of plants. Somehow one of those plants is taken right outside. So I was like, wait, who's this guy, Steve? It's the city, Ned. Pay attention. If that's unchecked, it could convert the local environment to a more Earth-like ecosystem. Whether or not that is a good thing must be decided. Let's contain the outbreak. In the name of harmony. Military needs from Sidon nurseries. Okay, so this is cool. So this little quest decision thing basically allows us to add a dynamic bonus to one of the buildings, in this case the Cider Nurseries. I like +1 production from Cider Nurseries. I like that a lot. Because I'm very... Like, playing Civ 5, I'm very heavy on science and the economy and infrastructure. I'm not warlike at all for the vast majority of the time I spend in games. It's unusual for me to have much more than like it's unusual for me to have a number of units that's much more than like twice the number of cities I have. So like if I had 3 cities and I had an army of like 10 military units, that would be weird for me. Like that would be excessive. More often than not. Hey, we got that connection thingy. Right? Let me see the establishes the trade route. Does that only count? Oh, do we need like a trader unit of some sort? That might be the case. Oh well, it doesn't hurt to have roads. Oh my gosh, more quest decisions. Why? Pharmaceutical... Big Pharma. At its peak during the 21st century. Thanks, Martin Shkreli. Severely limited in ability. Life extension. Ooh! Now this is interesting. This actually poses a very interesting, like, philosophical question. Is it better to focus on extending life or enhancing the function of the human body as it stands, or maybe enhance the function of the drugs themselves, essentially probably assuring better quality of life within the same lifespan? I think focusing on... Oh, yeah, no, it's enhancing body function. I say let's do that. If you can be more active into your old age rather than living like an extra 10 years, I think that's preferable, really. Yay! Also, I like science, which is nice. I actually I forgot now what the other option was, but whatever. Let's go over there for a moment. He gets his module. We go back over here. Just go back there. Okay. All good. Just build a... The hill? No, that's more fucking plains. Yeah, construct a farm. Can we purchase... Can we purchase some tiles, please? How would we go? Oh, yeah. I guess that's Just this button here. Yes. Thank you. Please and thank you. More stuff. We've got most of the better part of the continent explored, which is kind of cool. Okay. Alright, we need to pause for a moment. That says Combat Rover, right? We can all see that. I looked at that, and I read that as Wombat cover. Make of that what you will. But I think on that note, if I am in the mental state to read Combat Rover as Wombat cover, I think it's time for us to end it here, with us having explored the vast majority, or at least a good chunk of the continent that we're on. We've run into some other human cultures that have landed on the same planet for whatever reason. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. This was Civilization Beyond Earth. It's not bad. It's not a bad game by any means. But compared to its progenitor, to Civ 5, when you have it expanded with Gods and Kings and Brave New World, it feels like a watered down version of the expanded Civ 5 experience with a sci-fi coat of paint over it. Is it worth getting? Probably. But at the end of the day, it's not something that you're going to put as much time into as Civ 5, I don't think. Because it just doesn't have as much content, unless you're like a really big sci-fi person. In which case I could see you getting like serious enjoyment out of this, especially if you've not played Civilization 5, and you're coming at this as a whole new experience. Because at the end of the day, Beyond Earth is still very compelling, because that core Civilization formula is compelling. That's pretty much all I have to say on this. I enjoyed this, but I am getting very tired now. I feel like I'm echoing the end of that Starbound video. But, if this is, you know, large-scale planetary colonization done just okay, but kind of limiting its scope too much by being forced through the lens of a pre-existing game, the game that I cover next as part of this little impromptu space-themed series, the game that I cover next is going to be an example of planetary colonization done really, really well. But that's all I'll say about that for the time being. Just a little hint of what's to come. Until then, once again, my name is Ned Finn, and thank you for watching.